that will be me, Waslee bin Razali. So I'm going to present to you. Okay, Assalamualaikum and good day to all the panel. Okay. Okay, today I'm going to present my research paper will be Go English Writing, the usage of special design mobile app to assist students in writing. Okay, so I'd like to introduce myself, Waslee bin Razali, and my assistant, Sharifah Rasana Haji. Okay, she is the one who's doing the quantitative survey. Okay, the app I done with Glide. Okay, it is simple and easy to use. That's why I choose this. Okay, so my presentation today will consist of introductions, problem statement, the objective, methodology, finding, and lastly, the conclusion. Okay, without further ado, let's straight away go to the first part of my presentation. That will be the introductions. Okay, for the introduction, what is actually Go English Writing app? Okay, the app is allowed user, especially students, to quickly access the latest and complete details on essay writing format and tips. This suits students' need, whether they are at home, away from home, or when school closed due to the national emergency like the ongoing pandemic. Okay, let's go. Next will be the problem statement. Okay, the problem statement here, we look at the context of it. Okay, so the context will be during the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, schools were abruptly ordered to close and students were required to return to their home as learning shifted from virtual to remote modes. This was due to the implementation of the movement control order by the Malaysian government since March 2020 last year. This remote learning has made it difficult for some students to access reference that they needed to write essay properly since most reference were printed materials that were only available at school. Because most of the material, they were left at home. Okay, so I have laid out the context. Now let's look at the main point, which I have laid out. Three important detail on my research. Number one, students found it hard to write essay according to different format. Just to highlight the format, here in our system, the student consists, they need to learn at least 5 different format, which is the article, informal letter, formal letter, speech, and the last one is report. Okay, number two, student found textbook and print material inconvenient and at times inefficient for them to access information related to writing. Uh, the student keen to bring handphone around rather than books, so that is what is the problem statement for number two. So number three, student felt textbook and print material were too old-fashioned and outdated. And nowadays the trending is the student rather hold handphone than rather than bring books around the college. Okay, now the objective for the research. First of all, the objective is to examine on how this app can help students gain quick and better understanding of the different format in essay. Like I have mentioned before, the student need to at least understand 5 format in essay writing. And number two, to investigate student level of understanding of the fundamental pertinent to essay writing. And then the methodology I use for the research is, I only use 30 respondents, which consists of 2 classes at Clinical Vocational College. And then the quantitative survey technique, I thought I use entrance and exit survey and the data collect on using the Likert scale, 1 to 5 scale survey, which were then presented in analysis chart. Okay, for the methodology so on, it is done by my colleague, Puan Sharifah. And then let's look at the research instrument. Like I said before, I use the Likert scale. The scale consists from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then the the research is based on these 5 format: article, formal letter, informal letter, speech, and talk. And then the question asked to the student, 10 questions. As you can see here, as you can see here, there are 10 questions asked to them, and then they need to fill in form. And then let's go on to the finding. Okay, for the finding, I use two classes here. They are in semester 3, HAK. HAK refer to the early childhood studies. That is the name of the program. Okay, we can see here there are entrance and exit. Entrance here in color yellow and exit here in the purple color. Okay, if you look at the overall minimum for entrance, there are 2.6, and there is a drastic changes in understanding the use after they use the app, which is 4.7. So they're big different in number before and after they use the app. Okay, this is the breakdown. Okay, the breakdown for the 10 questions regarding the 5 format being asked for the students. If you can see here, for the entrance, most of the entrance it is below 3.0. And then after they learn and use the app, the drastic changes is almost very clear here, because most of it is 4.2 5.0 for this first class. Okay, we go through for this is the chart. Okay, for the blue color chart is the entrance, and the orange color here is blue means that before they use the app, orange means after they use the app. And then it's a big difference before and after. Okay, we move on to the next class finding, which is HKM semester 3. HKM semester 3, HKM refer to the cosmetology student. Most of them are girls. And then there you see at the yellow, again, it is the entrance survey. And then the green color here, it is the exit survey. So there are 13 students here. Okay, 13 students here answering all the 10 questions referring to the 5 format. And if you look at the overall minimum, again, 2.5 before they use the app. And then after they use the app, there's a drastic changes in understanding on the format. They are 4.7. So it is a big difference. And then let's look at the breakdown for these classes. The topic is 5 according to the format, and the question is 10. And again, let's look at entrance here. Before they use the app, the understanding on the writing format is below 3.0. And then after they look at the app and started to understand the format, it is above 4.0 to 5.0. So again, there is a big difference in number. Okay, so this will be the graph. Again, blue color represent entrance, means that before they use the app, and then orange represent after they use the app. So again, we can see there's a big gap, big changes. So the changes is good because after they use the app, so the understanding is much better. And then the conclusion. The conclusion here that I can conclude that this app serves as an alternative to print material such as module and textbook, particularly during school closure that could be caused by national emergency like epidemic. And then the app can be a quick reference to anyone, especially students who need to access some necessary detail related to writing. Because as I mentioned before, it is almost like a trend that they bring the handphone everywhere and anywhere. So it is very convenient for them. So I would like to show the panel. I would like to show the panel the the actual the the actual the yeah. Okay. So
Uh,
this is the actual app. Nampak ka? Sana tinampak. Sorry.
Thank you, Waslee.
Uh, hold on, sir. I'm showing you the actual app. Nampak ka? Di nampak. I want to share something. Yeah. The actual app. Yeah. Sorry. So this is the actual app. So this is the desktop version. Yeah, so if the student downloaded it, you can choose either article, formal letter, informal letter, speech, talk, and report. And then let's say, for example, they are looking at the format for article. This is the down here. They click it, and then they will show the article highlighted in purple color. So on and so forth. If they are looking at the writer's name, they will be like this. So actually, the student learn actual essay. So there are format here, and then there are guideline. The guideline will be like, for example, they are looking at the article, they're going to be like this. The guideline, they're going to know actually title means what, writer names what they are going to do. And then the guideline, like so for example, number one title, choose a catchy title. So the student need to choose catchy title. If they want to refer how catchy is that, so they only have to go back and look at the format. So I think that is all for my presentation. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Waslee. Bir sonraki sunum yüksek lisans öğrencim Aysun Tuncer yapacak.